What up, y'all? It's your boy Raymond back up in here with another video. And today, we're going to be talking about the new Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Before, I know like half the people that are like super huge nerds and really big fans of Sonic the Hedgehog, if you're expecting me to talk about how accurate it was to the video game or, you know, whatever, no, I could care less. In terms of the video game, I feel like it was pretty relatable. Like the way that the character was presented definitely was, you could tell, was already based off of something that had already been created before the movie came out. The character, obviously, you know, they did like a decent job of explaining the background and like the planet that Sonic lives on. I guess like the whole mom bird character, I forgot what her name was. I honestly don't remember, but they did a pretty good job setting up like the whole background behind like Sonic's character and whatnot. It was kind of cute. I just wish they could have done more with like the whole world and like universe building, you know. I would have liked to have seen even more interaction within like the world that Sonic was kind of in, you know, for a little bit of the beginning of the movie, but that was just kind of me. That was just kind of my opinion. First thing I wanted to talk about was the animation, because my God, I'm gonna give a hand to this production team and the special effects team, because holy crap, it looks so much better than the old one. Jesus. Obviously, like, you all know what the old one looked like. It was memed everywhere, and if you haven't, you should really go watch the old trailer before they redesigned the character. Like, my God. It was fucking terrifying. It was like somebody used one of the old Sesame Street puppets, but then, like, reskinned it and whatnot, and then just decided to add CGI to it. It was fixed. Sonic, I thought, looked great for the whole film, but I am going to get into spoiler territory before I go into the plot of the films, because I have a lot to talk about the plot of the film and how, like, really cliche everything is. Spoiler warning, if you haven't seen it yet, click off, go watch it, and then come back and watch it, because I need you guys to see this video, so, you know, just come back. Basically, we start off on Sonic's home world, right? We start off on his home world, and he's basically, it shows like two fucking clips of like him running around, because he finds out that he has like this super speed and whatnot, and so he's just like running around his little, like, you know, home planet and stuff. I guess Sonic was like getting chased by like some like gang members or something. I don't know. Are there even gangs where like Sonic's home world is? I have no idea. Someone correct me on that. But anyways, yeah. So apparently Sonic was getting chased and was about to get gangbanged. I mean attacked by these other like birds, animals, I guess. And they had like crossbows, and I don't know what they thought a crossbow would do when like the dude can literally run like thousands of miles per hour. But you know, that I guess a crossbow was like, I guess, the most stereotypical way to like try and make the whole, you know, animal jungle vibe, but whatever. And so they attack him. The mom decides to run out. Sonic runs away, but then the mom chases after him, and then, you know, they have like a big thing. They have like the big cliche moment, you know, like the big like, oh shoot. So Sonic basically, they have like these rings, right? And the rings are basically the exact same as like the Doctor Strange portal dimensional thing. But like, it's literally the exact same thing, only it's like a physical object rather than just like something that you wear on your hand. It's basically the same thing. Basically, they get this ring. Sonic's mom is like, oh shit, we're getting attacked. She just ends up like tossing Sonic through the portal so that she can like fend off the attack, I guess, because it was like life-threatening for somehow. I don't know. This was literally like 5 minutes. There should have been so much more build-up to this, but whatever. Sonic like flies through the portal, lands on Earth, boom, bada bing. You've got the whole fish out of water story. So basically, yeah, Sonic's like living out his life and whatnot, you know. The worst thing that could have happened to like the Sonic character after they went back and redid all of the special effects, redid the way that he looked entirely, basically redid the entire film. I would pray to God that it wouldn't be a wasted opportunity to make the Sonic character annoying in the film. I swear I was hoping that he wasn't going to be like annoying or something, because then, you know, it would have been like such a waste. Well, my fears were somewhat realized. I don't know, like, I mean, I guess it was kind of cute, you know, it was cute at first, like the whole Sonic giddy thing. He has a very jumpy and jittery personality, you know, because he's Sonic, because he runs fast, right? You know, yeah, it just felt a little bit too much in certain situations, like in a lot of the emotional and like serious moments of the film. Just like the way that they did his voice and the way that he like talks, I couldn't really find like an emotional attachment really to him. A good script helps, you know, a good script really helps with like a lot of the you know, the character building and the interaction and like good fucking hell. Anyways, he meets the two couple, I forgot what their names were, but basically the thing that I did like was how they treated the whole like interracial couple thing. I thought it was pretty cool that they had like an interracial couple and stuff. I thought it was really cool how they made it so like feel so natural and so casual and didn't really try to shove it down your throat. It just felt very natural, and honestly for most of the film I didn't even really like notice it. It was just kind of like a natural thing that the character development actually was able to portray, which I really appreciated. The thing that did suck though, that got super stereotypical, was the fucking sister. The couple was fine, but then for some reason her sister was like the exact stereotype that you would like normally see out of a really bad rom-com. And she was like super loud and obnoxious and whatnot. They did tie her up for one scene, which was nice. Basically, like, the sister hates the boyfriend because he's white, and just because apparently he like isn't a good boyfriend to her, but like it's not really explained like how. It's just they end up meeting Sonic, right? Or at least the guy does, right? The guy meets Sonic and he's like, oh, what the fuck are you, you know? But instead of being like super terrified, for some reason within like 5 minutes he just like acts normally, as if he's talking to like a kid or something. It doesn't feel like super genuine. Like if I saw like some small ass like talking blue hedgehog, I'd be freaking the fuck out, and I would probably call like the government or something to come take care. No, actually, no, I wouldn't. No, I would definitely probably keep it. No, that'd be cool as fuck, actually. I would, yeah. If Sonic shows up at my door, I'm definitely keeping him, dude. That's like the coolest shit ever, okay? Think about it. Like, you really gonna call? Yeah, nah. They played it off as if that it was just like some natural thing, you know, like the whole like alien like being is just casually showing up at your door kind of thing, you know, but whatever. And so they basically meet because of a blackout, because Sonic accidentally went supersonic style and then caused like a giant EMP somehow for like the whole world. Oh, he just went supersonic style. Oh, we gotta show like the city being blacked out, and then we gotta go back and the state and the continent, and then you zoom out to like the world, and then the entire world just goes into like a blackout because of this fucking EMP. And then like if something did that, I'm pretty sure it would be more than just a US government issue. Like, you would have basically the entire world raining down on you once they found out what it was. And Sonic would be dead. He goes supersonic style, blasts an entire, EMPs the entire Earth, And for some reason, the only people that are mad about it are like the US government. They send Jim Carrey, who is supposed to be Dr. Robotnik from the video game, which I actually do remember. They send him to go take care of it for some reason, because they need a villain. They immediately start to realize that like Sonic's super fast. They end up just basically going on like a wild goose chase where like the main guy, I just figured out he's Tom. I just read it, okay? His name's Tom Wachowski. They're being chased down by Dr. Robotnik and like whatever weird-ass contraption was in this giant semi-truck that is basically just like a lorry from Europe that got like reskinned from like the Call of Duty Black Ops extended pack. That's basically what it looks like. This is where I wanted to address the relationship between Dr. Robotnik and like the little Indian henchman that he had. Like there were some very interesting character interactions between those two, which I thought were absolutely hilarious. Honestly, there was more chemistry between Dr. Robotnik and like the Indian henchman that he had than like the couple. Honestly, I'm really happy that Jim Carrey is here. Jim Carrey honestly saves this movie for me. Okay, like Jim Carrey is the only one that is really trying in this whole film. Everybody else is just so boring and so bland. But Jim Carrey, you can tell he's really trying. But my God, like, the script is just not letting him take the character anywhere because the script is so bad and so boring and bland. There's nothing, like, new or interesting about any of the characters. All of, like, the plot points are super cliche and have been done 1,000 times before. And there's just nothing new. I guess, like, the whole Sonic special effects were really good, and the whole like story I guess was sort of cool with like the whole rings and stuff because he has to get to his home planet, but like it's like a big budget Iron Giant kind of similar plot, very similar plot, and with like different characters swapped down, and then whatever. The funny parts of this film are actually I laughed more times because of shit that was so bad than like shit that was actually funny. We finally get to the climax. I guess like the bag of rings that Sonic chucked in the portal before the mom like tossed him into the portal to Earth. They were on top of this giant building for some reason, and then Sonic has to get to the top. They finally get to the top, going through like getting chased around and whatnot. They finally get to the top. There's some exposition, and then they get the setup for like the big sad scene, like, oh Sonic, I don't want you to go back. We had like a lot of fun with like the past 20 minutes that we spent together with like not really much in terms of character development and dialogue that we went to. The only thing that really happened was like the bar fight, and that was horribly staged. Good Lord, where I'm not even gonna go there. It's not even worth mentioning, honestly. It has like nothing to do really with like the rest of the film. Choreography in the bar fight was terrible. I love how they tried to copy the X-Men scene with Quicksilver, where they cut everything into like freeze frame, and then they just have Quicksilver running around like fixing everything bad that's going on, like moving the bullets and shit. They basically did the same thing with Sonic, and they did it twice, and I guess it was like kind of interesting, and it was kind of cool that like the special effects and production team could have like done that. I guess it was kind of cool. Really, it had already been done before, and they thought that nobody would notice, but we noticed. They get to the roof. They're about to have like a super sad moment, and then because we need to stretch this movie to make it longer so that it can be like a big blockbuster. Dr. Robotnik, Jim Carrey is back, ladies and gentlemen. He is back, and he is ready to kill and shoot down Sonic. He basically gets there in like this crazy looking little jet plane that he's in, and starts like shooting down Sonic and whatnot. And then they freeze frame again, and then Sonic like pushes the couple off of the building. Then we get another freeze frame, but then I guess like because Dr. Robotnik has Sonic's hair, he's able to like get out of the freeze frame because he has Sonic's hair and they're like attached still somehow. I guess like Sonic's powers are like still attached through his hair. I mean, if that's the case, like, couldn't you just shed some of your hair off and then just give it to like the couple, and then they could just like, you know, beat the shit out of like Dr. Robotnik and then, you know, help you escape? Like, that would have been easier. But no, apparently everybody's too clueless in the movie to figure that out. There's another chase scene, whatever, and then they finally lead to like this area of town. It's nighttime, and then there's like this big fight that's built up so dramatically, but then the fight only lasts like 2 seconds. And then Sonic goes supersonic style again because he can somehow control it now, but he couldn't control it at the beginning of the movie. I don't know how that works, but, you know, basically like shreds the fuck out of the little plane that Jim Carrey's in, and then takes one of the rings, opens up a portal to like the mushroom dimension or something, and then shoves Jim Carrey into the mushroom dimension, and then closes the portal. Finally we get like the little sad dramatic scene, super cliche, whatever. Boom, movie's over, everything's resolved, it's fine. They decide to keep Sonic, even though the government wants to like figure out where he is and do experiments on him, but then they decide to keep Sonic because, you know, they needed to be like a happy ending for the kids. Boom, cut to credits. Everything, it was okay, it was fine. And then we get to the end credit scene all of a sudden out of the blue, and they already set up the second movie because they had Jim Carrey walking around the Mushroom Universe basically saying that he's going to be coming back to go like destroy Sonic somehow from the Mushroom Universe. I don't know if that's directly gonna set up the second movie. Overall, it was just a really bland kids movie. Honestly, I was just kind of disappointed to see how like the entire plot was just copy and pasted from a bunch of other kids movies and a bunch of other like sci-fi dramas, rom-coms, whatever. Nothing really felt like new or super genuine. The characters were really badly written. Sonic felt like annoying for most of the film and didn't really feel like he had any real character development either. The only thing that really stood out to me was Jim Carrey's performance, just because he's trying so hard to give life to this character, to the villain. And I think he does a pretty decent job. I'm not gonna lie. I think he does a pretty decent job. I gotta give him huge credits for at least trying. You know, he's at least trying. He's trying to make it interesting. A lot of the little quirks that he carries with him every time he plays a character are so entertaining, no matter, like, even if they're bad, at least he's, like, trying, so at least sometimes it's really funny, and believe me, there's a lot of those moments in this film, and I gotta give him credit for at least trying and giving some life to this character. Everything just looked like super cookie cutter, you know, no personality to any of, like, the houses or any of like the environment, really. That's really all that I had to like say about it, to be honest. For a kids movie, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. If you're like my age or older, and you want something that you can really meme and have like an enjoyable time, like just watching how bad it is, I would recommend this, just because there's so many funny moments with Jim Carrey trying really hard with this really bad script. And then also like some of the characters are like really laughable and how like plastic they all feel. Oh yeah, also one last thing. I think Olive Garden must have sponsored them heavily, because there's like 3 times where they plug Olive Garden for some reason, and I don't know why. Like the government gives like an envelope to the 2 main characters at the end of the film, and they think that it's going to be like a check, but it's just an Olive Garden gift card, and then they start talking about how good their pasta is or something, and it's like, what is going on? If they like did it low key, then it would have been fine, but my god, they just like threw it in at the most like pinnacle moments for some reason. You know, like at the most like interesting moments of dialogue, they just like threw it in there for some reason. It didn't feel like it was actually like genuine. My God. Other than that, yeah, go see it or don't. Go during the week so that you don't really have to pay that much, because honestly, this film isn't really worth seeing for the $13 to $15 ticket price. But yeah, go during the week when it's like half off. Go have a good time. Honestly, go into it expecting to get some laughs. I think I'm gonna give this one a 4 out of 10. I think it's closer to a 3 than it is a 5. I think I'm just gonna keep it at a 4. I'm gonna keep it at a 4. You know, it's not the worst thing ever. It's just a kids movie. You know, it's nothing extravagant. You know, at the end of the day, it's just a kids movie. Sonic the Hedgehog. Go see it or don't. You know, this is just my personal opinion. If you want to start a debate in the comments section, go ahead. I don't really care enough about the movie to really like fight somebody on it that much. It's just a kids movie, man. Like, you know. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the memes, because this definitely was a very interesting thing to talk about for this video. Go ahead and leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more upcoming videos on future music or film projects that are going to be coming out. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for the next video.
Gotta go fast, gotta go fast, gotta go faster, 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 faster.